So today's going to be another chit chat type of vlog. So today I just want to talk about wants versus needs. I was in church on Sunday, so I am Catholic and I have a very strong personal relationship with God, but it wasn't until the last month that I started going to church again. I was pretty much only going like on holidays and I felt really bad, but it wasn't until, like I said, about a month ago, I started going to church every Sunday by myself. My brother's gone with me before and he would go with me every weekend, but my brother has to work, so he goes to church on Saturdays and he lives about an hour from me. So I decided to just start doing it for myself every week. So I actually did something at church this week that I've never done before, and it was going to church without any makeup on. I have never gone to church without makeup on in my entire life. In the past, when I was in high school and college, like if I didn't have makeup on, I'm like, oh, don't have time to do makeup. Sorry, mom, can't go to church. And this Sunday, I went to bed at like 3 or 4 in the morning. I had to get up at, I think it was like 9:30. So I was really tired and I was like, okay, I slept through my alarms and I only had like 30 minutes to leave. And I did not have time to shower, get ready, do my makeup, take Molly out, cook breakfast. So I had two choices. One was I could use not having time to do my makeup as an excuse not to go to church, or I could just go to church as God made me. No makeup, okay clothes, look presentable, and just do it. And I was like, I'm not using that as an excuse. So I went to church barefaced, hair in a messy bun. I hate wearing my hair up. I feel so unattractive when I wear my hair up. And then also like a cute like lacy shirt with a long cardigan and skinny pants, and it felt awesome. And you're probably wondering, why are you telling us this? For me, it was a huge step for me to be in church and be around all these people with no makeup on, because I have no problem not wearing makeup in public, but whenever I dress up, I don't like to dress up clothes-wise unless I have makeup on. Like, for me, I love doing my makeup. Even if it's natural makeup, I don't want to get really nice and dressed up without any makeup, because I'm like, I think it's like a insecurity thing. Like, I don't want people to feel like, oh, she just doesn't wear makeup and she's dressed. I don't know. It's just weird. So usually when I don't have makeup on and I'm out, I have like gym clothes on and I'm totally fine with it. When I go to church, I want to look good. I want to give God my best. And for a second, I was like, wait, is this my best? I'm not doing my makeup. And then I realized God made me without makeup on. And I felt beautiful, I felt amazing, I felt so empowered. And for me, it was a huge step going to church without makeup on. And it might seem silly to some of you guys, but for me, it was a huge step. And the homily on Sunday was about wants versus needs. So I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk about my thoughts. And also I'm going to read you a little snippet from a devotional that I read. So the whole thing was about God gives you what you need, not always what you want. There are lots of things in this world that we want, whether it's materialistic, whether it's opportunities, experiences, a certain person. There are so many things that we want, and our wants are always changing, but God doesn't always give us that. He gives us what we need. We might say, oh, I really want this job so bad. What am I going to do without it? And then all of a sudden you don't get the job and you think your life's over. But then a few months later, something even better happens, or maybe you weren't ready for that job. Maybe you had to do some more things before you got that job. My life has changed drastically in the past month, and everything was great. I was happy, work was good, and then all of a sudden one day my life was just flipped upside down, and it's not what I wanted. It's still not what I want, but it's what I need. God is giving me what I need right now. I don't understand why. But one day I know I'll look back at this and realize, wow, this happened for a reason, and everything will work itself out. The same thing has happened to me in the past when it comes to jobs. There were lots of jobs that I got turned away from, but it ended up being the best thing for me. I remember I worked at Sephora for a little bit in college, and I was like a temporary, like part-time during college just to make extra money. I loved it, and they let me go because they wouldn't allow me to work there with my school schedule. I was so sad when they let me go from Sephora because I loved working there. And I had to have a job to pay my bills on the side, like, college and rent and all this. And makeup is my passion, and I was so upset and so sad, but them letting me go was the best thing that happened to me, because I had put aside a little bit of money and I focused everything on YouTube, and here I am today. So, little things like that. I mean, even things that I've gone through in my life the past few years, I'm like, I don't want this. And then I go through it and I realize it's what needed to happen so everything else could fall into place. And it, like I said, it just hit me so hard because there has been so many things happening the past month that I don't understand, that I'm so upset about, and it's not what I want. So I just don't understand. Like, I find myself thinking, like, why does this have to happen to me? Why do I have to go through this? Why do I have to be sad? Why do I have to be depressed? Like, why do I have to deal with all these things? But God is giving me what I need right now, and I know He will take care of me. Whether you believe in God, whether you don't, whether you believe in something in the universe, just know that everything will be okay and that everything will work out. And I said this in my last video, the best is yet to come. So I'm going to share with you a passage from this devotional that I read. I have read this devotional every single day for about, I think, 4 years, 3 or 4 years. And it really helped open up my relationship with God. I've introduced it to a lot of people, and you don't have to believe in God to read it. The way it works is every day is a chapter. So if it's July 4th, you go to July 4th in the devotional and you read that. And it's only like a few paragraphs, so it's nothing long. It starts with a Bible quote, and then she explains it so you can understand it. And every time I'm having a hard day or something happens, I automatically think of my devotional. I open it, I read it. I kid you not, it is always talking about the exact thing I'm going through that day. And at first, I used to think it was so creepy. And I remember this woman I'd worked with at the time said, "That's not creepy, that's God." And now it still amazes me every time because it's like, how did it know, So I'm just going to read that devotional. You can see like it's one full like page and then like a little paragraph. So it's not very long. So the subject of this day is focus forward. It says, "If you have been miserable because of the things that have happened in your past, I encourage you to do as I did and set your focus in a new direction. Determined to be what God wants you to be, to have what God wants you to have, and to receive what Jesus died to give you. When you feel discouraged, say, I am not going to live in bondage anymore. I cannot do anything about what I have done in the past, but I can do something about my future. I'm going to enjoy my life and have what Jesus died for me to have. I'm going to let go of the past and go on pursuing God from this day forth." And it really hit me hard because, it's just talking about freeing yourself from the stress and from the sadness of whatever is going on in your life. And there's nothing I've done that I regret in the past. I haven't done anything to anyone or that I just feel like, man, I wish that I would have done this. Like, I literally haven't done anything. But there are definitely a lot of things that have been making me sad and upset and, missing people. And it really sucks. But at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. Even about a job. If someone doesn't pick you for a job, I can't tell you how many jobs I got declined about. I applied for tons of jobs with makeup brands when I graduated college, and I was just starting YouTube. I think I might have had like 20,000 subscribers at the time. They all said no. No one even gave me a chance. No one opened any doors for me. And I was so upset. I was like, why don't these people think I'm good enough? And it was because God was giving me what I needed, which was to focus on my YouTube channel, which is what I'm doing now. And even though I'm going through lots of things in my life, if I wasn't going through what I'm going through right now, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys about it. And in my last vlog, I got so many tweets and Snapchats and comments and Instagram and Facebook and even comments on that video about how it helped you out and you needed that. And even like people that know me that don't ever tell me they watch my videos reached out to me and they're like, hey, I am not really having any problems in my life right now, but I didn't realize I needed that video, and so I watched your video, and that made me feel awesome. I just hope that some of my videos can inspire you and let you know that you're not alone, you're not going through things alone in your life. On my main channel, on my beauty channel, it's all about the glitz and the glam and the makeup, which is amazing. It's my passion. I love it. But, sometimes I feel like people forget that we're human too, and then we go through things too. And yeah, I show you a lot of my life on social media, but I only show you what I want you to see. And me doing these kind of videos is me being vulnerable and me being raw to you guys and letting you know it's okay to go through things and to never feel like you're alone and to never give up. So although you might not be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, like right now with everything going on in my life, I don't see the point. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, some good things have come out of it, but I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So me coming on here is just like letting you guys know you're not alone. I tweeted last night, until you're broken, you don't know what you're made of. You can then rebuild yourself stronger than ever. And it's really true. No one wants to go through bad things in your life. I wish I never had to go through anything. I know we all do, whether it's death, whether it's losing friends, breakups, jobs, money, whatever it is. You don't want to go through hard times, but we all go through them, and then we look back and we're stronger than ever. And if you've never dealt with anything bad in your life, it's really hard. The first few times you have to deal with stuff, I know it's really hard. I have friends who have had really privileged, amazing lives, and then seeing them go through things like trials in their life for the first time is really hard to watch. I came from nothing, so I went through all kinds of stuff growing up. So I know I just get up every time. There's no option but to get up and to keep living. And sometimes I know it feels like I just want to crawl in a hole and die. I'm sure we've all been there, but you just have to tell yourself that you're worth it and everything will be okay. And what's going in your life right now is what you need for better things to happen. So I'm going to end it there. I feel like this vlog was kind of all over the place. I just wanted to chat with you guys and let you know that it'll be okay. So hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.